When we start off by focusing on wins and successes, there are clues in every win and success about systems that need to be created in the business. So if there is one win or success in a client's business, we need to understand it and we need to know what led to that.
You work hard in your business. On the Profit by Design podcast, we ask the big question. What has your business done for you lately? Hi, I'm Dr. Sabrina Starling. I'm the business psychologist, the author of the 4-Week Vacation and the How to Hire the Best series, as well as the founder of Tap the Potential, where we coach entrepreneurs like you to design sustainably profitable businesses that give you more time for what matters most and more money in your bank account than ever. Because after all, we believe work supports life, not the other way around. Weekly on the Profit by Design podcast, we bring you tips, tools, and strategies from our own experiences and from the experiences of our guests who are entrepreneurial thought leaders and real life entrepreneurs, all to support you in making intentionally profitable and sustainable business decisions to live the lifestyle you desire.
At Tap the Potential, we celebrate every win, big or small. And there is a reason we do this. Being in business is tough. And we have an immutable law that we do the happy dance whenever we can at Tap the Potential. And this is so important because we have to maintain a positive, success-oriented mindset as entrepreneurs to keep moving forward in the face of challenges. There's so many challenges that come our way as our businesses start to grow. Business is one of the greatest professional and personal development opportunities we'll ever get to experience. And so it is a common everyday experience as an entrepreneur to feel challenged and to have problems in front of us that we need to solve to keep moving forward. The biggest challenge, though, is that what we focus on grows. And so if we notice all the problems around us, those are what will be growing. And so one of the biggest reasons at Tap the Potential we focus on wins and successes is so that we can support our clients in creating more wins and successes. One of the things that I discovered early on as a new coach is that if I started a coaching session asking a client, what's on your mind or where would you like to focus today, we immediately went into what were the problems at the top of the list. And the feeling, the energy that started to drain out of the coaching session happened almost immediately. And by the time we would get to the end of the session, I noticed that my clients were in this place of feeling defeated and run down. And even though there were action steps that had been identified in that conversation, there wasn't a lot of energy to move forward and execute. And so I quickly shifted and started each coaching session asking about wins and successes. And that actually was an accident in terms of it led to a lot of important discoveries for us at Tap the Potential as we coach our clients. So one of the biggest discoveries is that when we start off by focusing on wins and successes, there are clues in every win and success about systems that need to be created in the business. So if there is one win or success in a client's business, we need to understand it and we need to know what led to that. And a lot of times our temptation is to say, well, that wasn't a happy accident that happened, or I didn't really bring about that win. It just, the new client appeared in our world and that was how we had this win. But when we dig in a little further, we realize there were things that were put in place that set the stage for that win to happen. And those things are things that we want to become more intentional in our businesses and start to systematize. When I was at ProfitCon recently, I had a lot of conversations with different entrepreneurs who were telling me that they really feel kind of run down and burnt out, taking care of a lot of clients who drain their energy. And This is such an important thing for us to pay attention to as entrepreneurs. When we're building our businesses, it's very easy for us to take on work because we feel like, well, we need to get money coming in the door. And so we don't necessarily have strong criteria for screening the type of people we choose to work with. And our businesses can quickly get filled up with people who are not ideal clients and customers, who take a lot of energy from us and from our team members. And we do it out of a survival trap decision, like we just need that money coming in the door. But that over time really will drain our energy, and it keeps us and our teams from being able to work with our best clients and customers and give them the energy that they deserve from us, because they're the ones who appreciate us the most and who value what we have to offer the most. And so when you're taking this perspective in your business and you're shifting to focus on what are the wins, you'll realize that a lot of the wins that you and your team are having come from working with your top clients. And when you start to put this more positive energy out there, you attract better clients. But if you yourself are run down and your energy is low and you're focused on problem solving, running around every day, playing that whack-a-mole game and solving problems for your team members and for your clients and customers, your energy starts to drain and the rest of your team picks up on that and the team's energy will drain. So keeping you in a good, positive, success-oriented mindset is one of the most critical things we can be doing for you at Tap the Potential. And so when we start off our coaching calls asking about wins and successes, it starts to shift your mindset, but it also starts to build a habit. And that habit is to pay more attention to the wins and successes. In Atomic Habits, James Clear talks about being 1% better every day. And I love this because at Tap the Potential, we really believe that small steps forward taken in a consistent direction lead to big change over time. We see this all the time with our clients. And what may seem very daunting, the possibility of having a business where you can take a 4-week vacation and continue to pay yourself and the business is profitable, and you may even have team members who are starting to take 4-week vacations, from where you are now, that may feel like, oh my gosh, I can't imagine that that could even be possible for me. But I want to assure you, this really is the journey of the small steps forward. And the key is to take them in a consistent direction and to continue building on the good things. So when you identify the wins and what's working, you have an opportunity to do more of it and to be intentional around doing more of it. And I think one of the best things that you as the leader on your team can be doing is getting your team to start focusing on those wins and successes. So start your weekly meetings off by asking about wins and successes. And I'm going to warn you ahead of time, a lot of times you will get blank looks and people will be silent. It's uncomfortable for us to talk about wins and successes. It is counter to our culture. There's so much in our culture that tells us we're not supposed to brag about ourselves. And so we tend to downplay wins and successes. And it can make you and your team members very uncomfortable to have to be the one to identify a win or a success. And so an easy way to get this going on your team is to ask them to share wins and successes that they've noticed in others over the past week. And that oftentimes gives that sense of, okay, this is a little easier to do because now I'm not talking about myself and my wins, I'm talking about somebody else's wins. And when your team members come forward with these wins, use it as a coaching opportunity to dig in a little bit about, well, what set the stage for this win to happen? What did we do? How did we set that up as a team? And is there anything that we could intentionally systematize to continue to have more wins like this or to build on this particular win? And I think what is really fun is to get your team focusing on the small wins that matter when they add up. And so there are things that you all in your business are doing for your top clients and customers that is impacting their lives in a positive way. And the small wins that you are having on your team are things that over time have a significant impact. And so, for example, at Tap the Potential, we celebrate all kinds of things. One of the most fun things that we celebrate, we have happy dances every time we bring on a new client. And, we're excited because we have a new client, but the greater meaning of us at Tap the Potential having a new client is that we have a business owner who we get to impact positively and help them to transform not just their lives, but we know that through transforming what's going on in their business and in their life, we're going to transform their team members' experiences. They're going to have the opportunity to grow and add more A players. So more jobs are going to get created because they're coming on with us. Their business is going to become profitable and it's going to become sustainably profitable. So that entrepreneur is going to sleep better every night going forward because there will be more peace of mind. And that entrepreneur is also going to have family members who are appreciative of the changes that are happening because that entrepreneur is going to learn how to have better boundaries around the business and stop and start work at reasonable times and quit letting work bleed over into their personal lives. And, there was a really interesting question that I overheard and I want to share it with you. So if you're working 50, 60, 70 hours a week, you're putting a lot of attention to your business. But what about the other important jobs in your life? What attention, how much time are those jobs getting from you? So if you're a parent, if you're a spouse, if you're a friend, how much time are you investing in those other jobs, those other important roles in your life if you're giving so much to your business? And so at Tap the Potential, when we have a new client coming on, we know that we're going to support them in freeing up their time from their business so that they have more time and energy to invest in those other things and people that are so important to them. Some other wins at Tap the Potential that we've been celebrating recently, when we have clients who come on with us, part of our process is doing an expense review with them to look at where can you cut expenses in your business. And just in the last 3 expense reviews that we've done, we've cut almost $150,000 in expenses across 3 clients' businesses. So that's significant because when we're cutting those expenses, that means that money can be moved over into owner's pay and profit for the business. And these are sustainable cuts because this is money that can then be repurposed to better serve the entrepreneur and that business to have more strength and stability in the business. So that's significant. We've also been helping our clients pay down their debt with our debt snowball and using profit first and quarterly distributions from their profit accounts. So we've seen significant amounts of debt being paid off. It's well over $100,000 across just a few clients recently that come to mind. And we're just now starting to track our debt snowball and to have that impact. So I'm really excited to watch how this is going to build over time for all of our clients at Tap the Potential. So, on the surface, it could be, cutting $10,000 in expenses is a small win. But it's not a small win because we're teaching these clients a process for how to continually review their expenses and find expenses to be cut. So this is a skill that they're going to have going forward for a lifetime in their business to make them more fiscally responsible and to set the stage for that business to have profit on an ongoing basis. And those are just small examples. The other wins that are really starting to come together, especially for some of our clients who have been with us for 4 to 6 months, it's usually around the 4 to 6 month mark where you're really starting to hone in on the sweet spot of the business and stop doing business with those most difficult clients and customers. That sense of giving yourself permission of, oh, I don't have to deal with them because I figured out a way. We've been able to cut expenses, so we really don't need the revenue from them anymore. So it's more comfortable to say goodbye to them. But even if expenses haven't been cut that much, when you get clear on the sweet spot of your business and you recognize that you can increase revenue from your best clients and attract more who are like your best clients because you're more focused on the sweet spot and you have more time and energy, you and your team have more time and energy to focus on taking care of your best clients, and you're starting to innovate for how you can take better care of them and solve more problems for them and have a greater impact for them. So you're able to charge more for what you're doing, and you start moving away from feeling like you have price competition and you have to be very careful with raising your prices because you may have that pushback from your clients and customers around it. When you've identified your sweet spot and you've really started that innovation process, that's where it becomes more and more comfortable. And we really see the confidence in our business owners at Tap the Potential around this point, because it's confidence that I'm calling the shots in the business. I'm deciding the direction we're going to head. I am deciding on the experience that we're going to have on this team when we come to work every single day. And if someone is difficult to work with or they take a lot of our time and energy, we're going to be much more careful about what we say yes to, and we're going to say no a lot more often. And that is around protecting energy and time. And so those wins that happen around that, they feel like might be kind of a small win, but when you think about the overall greater impact that that's going to have on the business owner and the team members, it's huge, because our most difficult clients and customers are the ones that we lay awake at night thinking about. And our team members end up doing overtime and taking extra time to take care of those most difficult clients and customers. And so when that starts to go away in the business, the quality of life goes up for everyone. And, you know, the other wins that we have with so many people who have gone through the How to Hire the Best course just in the last year at Tap the Potential, I hear almost a weekly basis now about A players being hired into our clients' businesses. And, you know, 3 or 4 months later, I'll find out, yeah, my gosh, these A players are amazing. Look at what they're doing. And so just the win of going through the How to Hire the Best course and completing those move forward action steps that help you build your system to attract A players to your team. It's those small steps forward, but they add up, because 3 months later or a year later, now you are attracting A players on a regular basis to your business. And when you have openings and when you start to grow, you have the opportunity to bring them on, hire them, train them, and they take more and more off your plate. And so this is why every small win matters to us at Tap the Potential. We want you to be successful. And so I really hope that as you've heard me start talking about these, you've started to envision yourself having some of these wins and recognizing these things really are possible. And there's a cumulative effect that happens over time, because these wins are moving you in a direction of you freeing up your time from the business so you have more time for what matters most, and you having more money in your bank account than ever, because you're learning how to run your business in a profitable way and how to do it on a sustainable basis going forward. And so if you're listening to this and you're thinking, wow, I really want to get started, I want to start having these small wins, but I'm not even sure where to start or what direction to go, I want to share with you that one of the best things you can do is to join our upcoming Jumpstart at Tap the Potential. In the Jumpstart, this is a 5-day workshop. We meet for an hour each day. You get to be with me and with our team at Tap the Potential and other business owners on a closed-door Zoom call. And I'm teaching you the Tap the Potential solution each day. And each day, you're going to take a small step in your business that is going to have a significant impact on you and your team going forward. And so if you want to really start feeling that momentum that comes from celebrating every win and taking those small steps forward that have that big impact over time as you continue to take them, the Jumpstart is one of the best places for you to get involved with us at Tap the Potential and really have that experience and start to experience the power of surrounding yourself with other entrepreneurs who want to be better, who want to improve themselves, and who are just looking for the guidance and the how-to in making that happen, because the energy that comes from being around other positive go-getter entrepreneurs, the A-player entrepreneurs, that's who we tend to attract at Tap the Potential. Being around other A-player entrepreneurs gives you a lot of energy to keep moving forward, even on the days that you feel challenged, you feel bogged down, it feels like there's so much struggle on your team or with your clients and customers or cash flow challenges. When you come together with other entrepreneurs in a positive, growth-oriented mindset where we're asking the powerful questions and we're moving you forward, you'll really start to experience the energy shift in yourself. And you as the leader on your team, when you start to experience that energy shift, your team members pick up on it, and it's a positive trickle effect that goes throughout the entire business. And it's a positive feedback loop because it comes back to you as the leader in the company. You'll start to notice your team members being more excited and engaged. And I think one of the more fun things that happens as a business owner goes through the Jumpstart with us at Tap the Potential is you have your eyes opened to new possibilities that have been right there in front of you the entire time, but you haven't seen them necessarily because you're really in that fight or flight mode and survival mode in your business on a daily basis. And so what we're doing in the Jumpstart is we're helping you to start thinking more strategically in your business to identify those opportunities that are right at your fingertips to make your life and your business better. And so get signed up for the Jumpstart. It's happening very soon. Go over to tapthepotential.com/jumpstart. That's where you sign up. And then you'll see the dates and the times. You want to get these days and times on your calendar, reserve the time so that you can show up and be present with us. That's one of the best ways to get the most out of the Jumpstart is when you get to come to the calls live, because I'm going to be talking with you about those small steps forward that you're taking every day. And we're going to look at what is the ongoing impact in your business of those small steps as you continue to do them. And you get to ask me questions. And you may have that feeling of, well, I've heard you on the podcast, Dr. Sabrina, and I've heard you talk about these things, but my business is a little different and I don't know how to apply this or that. Well, when you're in the Jumpstart, you get to ask me and I'll help you. I'll walk you through applying that. And the other really neat experience about being in the Jumpstart is that everyone who signs up for the Jumpstart is assigned to a member of our success team at Tap the Potential. So you have a concierge, a success concierge guiding you through the Jumpstart. This is someone who will be reaching out to you, asking you if you have questions, making sure that you have everything you need during the Jumpstart to be set up for success, because that's how we do it at Tap the Potential. We really surround our business owners with an environment and a team to set you up for success. This is in our Better Business, Better Life program. What we do is we run our groups as small groups and no one gets left behind. You have an ongoing opportunity to interact with our team, to ask questions. You're never left out there on your own trying to figure something out that you listened to on a video and now you're trying to implement it in your business. And that's how so many group coaching programs are run. And that's just not how we do it at Tap the Potential. We have a high level of personalization in our program, and it's a really unique blend of one-to-one coaching and small group. And a lot of times I'll talk with entrepreneurs and they'll say, well, I'm really, wanting to do one-to-one. I think I need that individualized attention. And what's interesting to me about that is, as a business owner, if you're in one-to-one coaching and you're trying to set your team up so that they can take more and more off your plate, you're working with a coach who is not modeling that in their own business. And so it's kind of like, okay, you're working with someone who's coaching you to do something that's not being modeled in their own business. At Tap the Potential, you get to work with us and you get to see how we have a team delivering our services. And because we have a team, and it's not just me, Dr. Sabrina, delivering the service, you actually get better service because we have team members, we have coaches and strategists who come from a variety of backgrounds, and they have wisdom and experience that they bring into the coaching that enriches the coaching you receive in our group. And you also benefit from being in there with other business owners, hearing their challenges, listening to us coach them through those particular challenges. And you learn in that process because the challenges that you're hearing them talk about, you're probably going to have them coming up very quickly in your own business. And so it's just a much richer learning environment than doing one-to-one coaching. So if you're not signed up for the Jumpstart, you need to get signed up. This is the last Jumpstart we're doing this year. And so it's a really neat opportunity for you to go through the Jumpstart with us now, because what you learn, you can incorporate that into your strategic planning for 2023 and really start to get your business moving in that direction where you have more time for what matters most and more money in your bank account than ever. So head on over to tapthepotential.com/jumpstart. And I also want to share one last just experience that was really powerful for me recently when I spoke at ProfitCon about Work Supports Life, and I shared my story of building my business working 25 hours a week and getting really clear for myself, because I wanted to be present with my family, that I was going to grow this business by working no more than 25 hours a week. And that's what I've done over the last 17 years. What was so powerful for me about that is the conversations that I got into with entrepreneurs following my talk. I heard reflected back to me over and over, I really would love to work a 25-hour work week. That would be so amazing. That's what I want the most, is a 25-hour work week. And I want you to know what I teach you in the Jumpstart is foundational to making that 25-hour work week happen, because what I'm sharing with you here on the podcast about designing your business around your wins and successes is literally how I built Tap the Potential and managed to work a 25-hour work week while the business has been growing. And it's because I've been intentionally focused on my $10,000 an hour activities, the things that bring the most value to the business, making sure that those things are done on a regular basis, and letting other things go, and being real clear on what is a high value activity and what's going to have impact and what really doesn't move the needle forward at all, and either delegating that to someone else who's coming in at an entry level on the team so they have the opportunity to grow, or just completely letting it go. And so everything that has been put into the Tap the Potential solution comes from my own personal experience about how you grow a business in a sustainably profitable way and have more time for what matters most. But it's not just my own experience. As I have talked to our clients in coaching sessions over 17 years now and started off all these coaching sessions asking about wins and successes, it's allowed me that opportunity to really tune into what works. What are these business owners doing that have an impact, that help them to grow the revenue, be more profitable, have more time in their lives for what matters, and to be able to let go of certain things in the business that eat up so much of their time. That's how the Tap the Potential solution, which I'm teaching you in the Jumpstart, that's how the Tap the Potential solution was formed. And now we're doing ongoing research with our Better Business, Better Life assessment. And I'm paying attention to those entrepreneurs who are not burning out, who are having a high quality of life. What systems and what processes are they putting in place in their business that are supporting them in having a profitable business and a high quality of life. We have a lot of data now that backs what is in the Tap the Potential solution really is. These are the most critical, high value activities that you can put in place and do in your business if it's important to you to have a business that's profitable and gives you more time for what matters most. So if you want to hear all about that and learn the Tap the Potential solution, I'm teaching it in the Jumpstart. So head on over, get signed up, tapthepotential.com/jumpstart. I can't wait to see you there and to get to work with you.
Thank you for spending time with us today. Join our conversation in the Entrepreneurs Take Your Life Back Facebook community at tapthepotential.com/group. Share your aha moments from today's episode, ask me questions, and join in on the fun with your fellow entrepreneurs on the journey to designing sustainably profitable businesses that give you more time for what matters most and more money in your bank account than ever. And finally, share today's episode with a friend if you know a friend who would enjoy it. This is real life business. Keep your chin up, keep moving forward. You got this. If you've gotten value from today's show, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you are a repeat listener of the podcast, know that we greatly appreciate you at Tap the Potential. And to that end, I have a request. Please consider leaving us a review on whatever platform you're listening on. Our reviews help other entrepreneurs like you to find us. Be a part of our movement to help entrepreneurs take your life back from your business.